Hello guys, welcome to week 2 of Design 101. I would love to congratulate all of you for making it to week 2. So a lot of things are new to me. If you're following our Instagram, you see that this is the first time I'm actually making videos on YouTube. So I'm going to try and make them better each time. So let's go straight into this week. We're going to discuss visual hierarchy. This is possibly the most important thing you would learn about design, and I hope you're able to learn a lot through this video. So let's get straight into it. Okay, so visual hierarchy is the ability for a designer to draw the user's attention through the design in a meaningful and digestible way. If there's any spelling error in this, I'm so sorry, but I suck at English, and yeah. So from this screen alone, right, you can already see that I was able to draw your attention to those two words. This is the power of visual hierarchy, right? You're able to direct the things you want your users to see. Now this is extremely important because in design you're trying to communicate a story or a message, so it's important that you know how to guide the user through that message. So there are many ways, there are many things that can be used to establish visual hierarchy, but we're going to just look at a few of them. So we're going to look at size, color, space, alignment, and Gastel, or I think or like I also see it as grouping, but we would go through all of these and how they can help you improve your visual hierarchy. So the first one is size. It's pretty obvious that looking at this, you're naturally drawn to the biggest circle. So you would naturally see this guy first, then this, then this, then this. So this is how we can use size to draw the users attention. Is there anything you want them to see? You can make it bigger. Is there anything that you want them to not really see? You can reduce it. So we use size to tell the story that we are trying to tell, and it's very hard for two things to be of interest, so the user has to go through a flow from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, as we'll see in the next slide. The flow, so as you can see, it's this to this to this to this, and we can achieve this through size. The next is color. It's very obvious that it's the same exact design as the previous one, but we added some color, and instantly we have changed the hierarchy of this. So can you possibly guess the hierarchy? So I'm going to show you guys. So yeah, it's changed, but if you note, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. Now we have been able to combine both the color and the size, but the color takes more precedence over the size because of it's the only thing that has color. there, so it's able to be of high contrast when comparing it to the rest of the design. And human beings are naturally more attracted to bright, colorful things, especially if the background is not that colorful. So the next one is space. So the same circles, but now we just played with the space, and instantly you wouldn't see this guy over here. Like you would, but you would look at this guy first, then this before you would look at all of this before you go down here. So as you can see, space, so you look at this before you go down here. The next is Gestalt's principle. This is, to me, one of the most important thing every designer should study it so well that you understand everything about it. I cannot go through the entirety of Gestalt in this video. There'll be a link to some articles in the description box below, but I will try and share my little knowledge on Gestalt. So it's basically like the way human beings, how we have evolved to associate objects. We tend to group objects based on their characteristics. It doesn't matter if they look the same or not, but our brain has evolved to look for similarities in objects. So Gestalt was able to study this and come up with a couple of principles as to how our brain groups objects. I would highly suggest you click the link in the description and go study that, because I can't go through all of that in this video. If you guys want me to do a specific video for that, let me know. But this quote you're seeing here basically sums up the whole Gestalt's principle, and it says the whole is other than the sum of its parts. I don't know if I made a mistake there. Yeah, but it basically means that we see things as the whole, and the whole is usually some of the parts. So I'll show you guys a couple of examples so we can learn together. So the first slide of the video, right? What do you guys notice? Our brains have already grouped these guys as, oh, this is a group of circles, and this guy is like another group. That just really a very rough way to explain how Gestalt works. We look for connections, we look for things to group things together with. It makes our brains like process information easier. So I'm done with the slide, so I am about to open some designs and we would go through some more of these principles together. So let me just open my Figma. Okay, so this was the wireframe I designed last week. So I'm about to quickly run through some of the principles. Now with a landing page, right, usually they use size to make the hero really visible, right? They use alignment because we naturally read. So we I don't know if I'll be able to show you guys this, but there's a way we view websites. We view them in this F pattern. Always, every site that exists, the way your eyes scan it is like F. So there's a reason why they put all the text here. Oh, hey, we are this, and this is what we do and what we sell. And there's a reason why they put the call to action next, because your eyes will naturally scan through all of this before it goes to here. So the way visual hierarchy makes it easier at times is that you would see that the call to action is usually always colorful. So it makes it very easy for you to know what you're supposed to do on this page. You probably think to yourself, oh yeah, I'm possibly supposed to press this button here. So that's how they use color to make you press the call to action. I've explained size as well, right? Now I'm about to explain some more Gestalt. Now, according to Gestalt, we view, let me just grab this tool, we view this, let me put this at the back. Okay, yeah, good. So we view this, everything here, so we view this as a group like this. We don't view it as lines of text. Our brain just groups everything here because there's like a line around it, so we see it like this, like a big chunk of information, right? And we view this as well as a big chunk as well, right? This guy as well. Then we also view this as a big chunk. Now spacing now would determine how we view all these clusters. If the button is far away from this, it can have its own cluster here, but if it's close like this, then this box covers it. We'll view all this as one block, and we're going to view all this as one block. So that's basically how Gestalt works. I know it may be a little bit confusing. I know I was all over the place, but I don't know. That's how I know how to explain it. So it just basically explains how human beings are able to see and process information. We are going to see some real life example. We would look at Vox Media, their about page, and we would see how hierarchy has been used to make it easier for us to consume this information easier. So the first thing we would see is using gas styles, all this menu, everything here sorry, everything here is seen as one block. Everything here is seen as one block. Then the background is seen as one block. So on this page already, there are 3 blocks here, 1, 2, 3, using gas styles, right? So let's keep scrolling. You could see that using gas styles as well, they put this guy here that like leads you down, so you see this before you see this. So they intentionally wanted you to see this before this, so you can see how like it's very easy. You can see 1, 2, 3. Note, this isn't 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. This is seen as, our brain's processing this as one block, so it's easier for us to just consume this as one block, whereas this is also one block as well. So we see this next, right? And then obviously we see this very big bold header text, then the body text. The next thing they want us to see is the news, so they use the color here to make it like to draw our attention to it as well. As you can see, so as we're scrolling, you can see how all of this is also as seen as a group as well. Everything here is seen as a group, whereas everything up here is seen as a group. The reason why this group is different from this group is because this group they're all like grayscale, whereas here they're all like black. So our brain makes this one group and makes this a group, makes this also a group as well. You can see coming down here, they really want us to see this, really want us to. This is red. There's a lot of spacing, so it's very clear, very big, bold typography. They made it very clear that they want you to see how much numbers they have. Then next is that you see this next, because there's nothing here, so your eyes will go like this, and like, okay, then here, because you can see this guy is higher than this guy. So you see this next, so you read all of this next, then you would look at the image, then you would possibly read this next, and we're down to the end of the page. So I hope this video was able to help you guys understand visual hierarchy. If you like the video, please share with your friends and subscribe, and hope you guys have an awesome week. Hope you guys learn a lot of stuff this week, and hope everything goes well. Have a pretty awesome day. Thank you so much for watching this. Thanks and bye.